Hello, everyone, and welcome back to AEC Today Reports. We're so glad that you tuned in this Tuesday evening. And as always, we're excited about the individuals that we will talk to today. We're going to hear about a new innovative game that you can play virtually with your church and people near and abroad. We're also going to find out about how one of our churches is doing their best to reach out to their seniors during this time. And then we're introducing our new youth segment where our youth correspondents will reach out to other youth within Alleyne East just to see what they're doing during their summer and during this COVID time. So stay tuned for all of that coming up right after this break.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
Hello, everyone. We thank you for staying tuned into AEC Today Reports, and we're back with another special guest. We love the innovation of our membership, and we have someone today who's going to share with us something that they adapted to help church members stay engaged during this COVID time. And so I'm going to bring our guest on at this time. It's Elder Lewis Williams. How are you doing, Elder Williams?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
Great. So tell those who don't know, what church are you a member of within Alleyne East?
Yes, I am the head elder of the 4th Street Friendship Seventh-day Adventist Church located in the heart of Washington, D.C., just a stone's throw from the Capitol.
All right. Love it. So you're on here. We could talk about a lot of things because you're involved in so much prison ministry. You're very engaged. But today we're actually talking about a challenge that you've adapted, an online challenge called Adventist Bible Challenge. Now, first of all, tell us what exactly that is.
Okay, it is an adaptation of the American Bible Challenge, which is a very wonderful biblical-based game show that's currently being shown and aired on Netflix. And what it does is it presents a team of 3 individuals opportunities to answer questions, biblical questions, but questions that are phrased in a way that makes it kind of fun, because they're questions that are designed to make a person think before they answer. On the game show, the American Bible Challenge, I just watched it last week and I said, so that's pretty easy compared to what we developed here for the Adventist game. But you know what? Adventists are people of the Bible, so
that's right.
I think we can meet the challenge.
That's awesome. So you decided, this is a game, like you said, that's watched on TV and the players are live, correct?
Right, correct.
Since we aren't able to come together in our churches, you found a way for people to still be engaged on the Zoom platform. Why was that important to you to kind of do it?
It was important. It was important because being in this platform and not meeting each other in person, I wanted to develop something that could help to bring us together, where we can have fun, biblically based, so we can play it on the Sabbath. You don't have to worry about it being, not sabbatical, and something that, people of all ages could play. We had young people playing from like 13 or 14-year-old all the way up to my age or older.
Oh, that's so young. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Great. So I want to see. I'm not familiar with this series on Netflix. I've never watched it, but I've heard of it. Explain to us kind of how the game is set up. Can you give us an overview?
Well, as I said, it is a game composed of 3 teams of 3 individuals, and there are 6 rounds to the game. The first 2 rounds, all 3 individuals are playing the game. And when the questions are asked, it is a first, whoever raises his hand first, whoever chooses to answer the question first, will be the one to answer to get the answer to the question, the Bible question. And so that's how the first 2 round works. But the next 2 rounds, rounds 3 and 4, these rounds are played without the scholar, the most knowledgeable, biblically based person. The person who knows the most about the Bible will sit those 2 rounds out, and then rounds 5, the other 2 will sit out, and the Bible scholar comes in, and he answers questions, and then the top 2 teams will compete in what's called the final revelation, which is a series of questions asked within a 3-minute time period. In the actual game, American Bible Challenge, it's a 1-minute time period. But because of, we have delay in Zoom, sometimes they're not able to hear the question, or it may get to them slowly. We give them a little bit more time to answer it. And then, so those 2 teams will each get an opportunity to answer those questions. While one team is answering, the other team is in the waiting room. So we place them into the waiting room. And when the first team finishes answering the final revelation, the other team is brought out of the waiting room to compete with those same questions.
That's so cool. I love the use of those Zoom features to kind of keep the sincerity of the game going.
Right.
Now,
for round 1 and 2, that's like a first person to raise their hand will be able to answer the question. So we use the chat for that. And so the first person to indicate that they would like to answer it, but put it in their team's initials and press enter. And that way we will know who answered, who requested
right, you
first.
can't dispute that. Can't say there was a lag in my Wi-Fi, so it got,
Right.
Okay. I love it. So give us an example of some of the questions. Do you have any there that we can?
Yes. Okay. One of the questions could be, I'm trying to think of some questions that won't be part of the actual
because
game,
what's going on?
so that when they play it. Okay.
Which one that stumped people from the past or was a little tricky for people? Do you remember one of those?
Well, one of the tricky questions might be, let's say which of these biblical characters would never be found in a barbershop or hair salon. All right, and so we'll give a list of the names of the potential Bible characters, and for the scholar, he would choose 3 of the 6. And if he gets them right, he would get 100 points for each one he gets right. And so the examples might be, one might be John the Baptist, one might be David.
Okay.
One might be Elisha. And so if you know that Elisha was a bald guy,
right, bald,
you wouldn't choose him.
Whoop, that bald head, yeah.
Right.
I love that. That's cool. It makes it fun, and it makes you think. So now you said that this game is still going on. Your church is still participating, and some other churches come on board, or is it just?
Well, it wasn't just our church. We had people from Atlanta. We had people from the Bahamas playing it. We had people from Boston playing in it. So it wasn't just our church. And we even had a local church who were very competitive in the DC area. They came on with their team of 3, and they won one of the games because there are 3 games played before the championship, and each game has 3 teams. Right? And so the 3 winners of those 3 teams will play in the championship that has the top 3 teams who won. And so this local church was one of those who actually won one of those games.
That's awesome. Now, if other churches are interested, I mean, because people are looking for ideas now, we've been in this thing 4 months, and, the ideas are getting kind of thin. So if a church wanted to kind of adopt this for their own congregation or their AY or any other activity, how would they go about doing that? Would they contact you, and you can? They would
contact me. Yes.
Okay.
And I could even run it. I could even run it for them. But if they want to receive training, I can show them how to use it, and then they can set it up for themselves.
All right, you guys hearing that out there? Elder Williams says he will even run it for you. All you got to do is invite him, and he'll go over it with the teams and make sure everybody is set up. That's awesome. So how should someone contact you? Via email?
Yes, my email address is Mr. That's MR Lou LOU williams@gmail.com. Or you can call me. Can I give my phone number now?
Sure.
240-505-7328.
All right, so that's the email address, Mr. Lou
Yes.
gmail.com. And then he just give the number one more time for us too.
Yes, 240-505-7328.
All right, so you heard it here. If you're interested in your church participating in the Adventist Bible Challenge, please contact Elder Lewis Williams, and he'll be happy to help you. This is something fun, and it's helping us stay in the Word and have fun together, even though we are apart. So I think this is a great idea. And thanks for thinking of it. You know, sometimes we just watch people having fun, but you found a way for us to be involved in having some of that fun. So thank you for that and your vision.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right. Thanks for joining us. And we hope that you continue to come up with more ideas to help us during this time. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. And please stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break.
It's all of our responsibility to slow the spread of the coronavirus. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and stay home unless absolutely necessary. You can still use your outdoor spaces like yards and decks. It's also okay to go for a walk or exercise outside. Wear a cloth face covering, stay at least 6 feet away from other people, try not to touch any surfaces, and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
Welcome back, everyone, to AEC Today Reports. We're so happy that you have tuned in this evening. And as always, Alleyne East is always excited about sharing the wonderful community service that our churches are involved in. And so we're very happy today to welcome some of our members. Our guests today are from our Coatesville Church in Coatesville, Pennsylvania. It's actually First Church of Coatesville, right? That's the official name.
Coatesville First Seventh-day Adventist.
Coatesville First Seventh-day Adventist. Thank you. And so we're here with a wonderful panel of individuals. We have the pastor of that church, Pastor Aaron Thompkins. How are you doing, Pastor?
Doing well.
And we have other members. And you guys can tell us what your role is. We have Jackie Alleyne, and we have James and Melissa Weathers. How are you all involved in community service at your church? Are you guys the leaders, or you're just organizers? Tell us about yourselves.
Well,
Jackie.
Alleyne, and I part of the ministry of just helping the church with creative ideas that come up, and this was just an idea that we had, and we ran it by the pastor, and then I asked Melissa and Jamie to join me and the pastor, and just bringing this ministry out.
Awesome. Thank you. So we're saying this ministry, but we haven't really revealed what it is yet.
True.
So who wants to tell us what you guys did just this past weekend? What was that bright idea that you all put into play?
Well, actually, the idea was to visit our seniors. And my mom actually lives in South Carolina, and I talk to her often, and she would talk about how she was lonely and missing the church and so forth. And so since I haven't been able to go down to visit her, I thought about some of the other senior members here in Coatesville, and just wanted to let them know in some way that we love them and we miss seeing them around church.
Okay, Pastor Thompkins, you were going to say something?
Well, I was going to say that it's where it really got a kickstart was at the end of our prayer service. We have a Zoom prayer service, and we usually have just an open conversation at the end for, just a wonderful talk, being able to see each other. And, we have a tendency to play around a little bit. And Jackie popped up with this idea about why don't we go out to our seniors? And it was such an exciting idea that we wanted to try it. Well, I was a little more gung-ho, I guess, and wanted to get started 2 days later, but they were like, no, we need to work this out. So, they took it and started running with it. And it was a great experience for us.
So James and Melissa, what did you guys think when you heard about this idea? What were your initial thoughts?
Well, I just knew that I wanted to be a part of it. I just wanted to support and help any way we could. And so I was thinking that I used to send packages to the military, and I started doing some research on creative ways to do that. So I tapped into Pinterest and the Pinterest ministry and found the box of sunshine. And I remember my daughter, she would do things like that for her classmates at school. And so I thought this would be a perfect way to kind of leave a lasting impression. Jackie wanted to do flowers, so we tried to find a way to combine the two.
And I like the fact that you guys gave it an actual name, Sunshine Ministry. So, it was themed out. And my understanding is that even the snacks that you all had in the little baskets, yellow and bright. I mean, how creative is that? What were some of the things you all did when you actually went to the seniors' homes or facilities?
Impromptu. So everybody got involved. We had signs, and our young people got together and they put different messages. We love you. May your day be bright. All of these different signs that we actually built and put in our members' yards.
That's awesome.
We sang, we prayed, and it just took off like fire. It was a great experience for the entire group that was there. Awesome.
So how much time did you spend at each house? Because I know you guys had visited about 12 members in all, correct? On that particular. How much time did you spend? Because I know it's hard to kind of get there and then leave them, but.
It depended, I guess. Sometimes we, maybe 15, 20 minutes, because we would come up, we would sing, we would make our presentations, and our church is extremely social. I mean, we just, so sometimes we could be there 20, 25 minutes. I guess we started at 11 on Sunday, and we didn't finish until what, guys?
About 3,
4.
Wow.
3 o'clock. So we spent a significant amount of time, and yet some of our seniors were like, y'all can sing another song, you can stay a little longer.
Trying to extend it a little bit, right? So James, what was your role? Were you leading out in the songs?
No, my role was all and navigating across the county to each home.
Okay.
That was my main focus. Just trying to get everybody trying to get everybody there and not lose people on the way. So, and then, making sure that we was able to park safely, get in and out of people's driveways.
Logistics.
That was my main focus.
I got it. Logistics. That's very important when you're coordinating something like this. Now, talk to me a little bit about your interaction.
Yes, I was all about logistics.
Oh, okay. And I was saying, tell me a little bit about some of the encounters that you all experienced, some of the reactions from some of the seniors that kind of stand out for you all.
I think that each one of our seniors, they all basically gave us the same thing. We had contacted most of them and let them know that a few of us wanted to come by, and that's all we said. And when we showed up and you saw 11 cars pull up in front of your home, they're like, this is more than a few. And so they were all very surprised to see that amount of people. And then each car, even though we had 11, there wasn't like one person in a car. we got out the car and we had a whole caravan, literally. So there'd be 4, 5 people getting out of one vehicle to come visit each one of these seniors. So all of them were very, very excited about that. And like the pastor had said, a few of them kept saying, "Can you sing one more verse?" And one senior, she was like, she thought we were doing something suspicious. So she was actually prepared for us. She had refreshments for us all.
Okay. Very nice. Now, were some of the neighbors, did you guys see neighbors kind of intrigued by what was happening? I'm sure that you guys caused somewhat of a scene as you visited each place. Did you have any interaction with neighbors?
Yeah, actually, we did have some interaction.
We did.
Not necessarily interaction with neighbors, but we had a lot of curious minds. Folks were just standing there trying to figure out what is going on and why is this line of cars pulling up. But once we started singing songs and things like that to bring the spirits of our seniors up, most people just kind of walked into their homes and closed their curtains and went on about their way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, there was just one interaction that we had with the McNeil's neighbor, as a couple doors down, the Ward family. Mr. Ward had been hospitalized recently, and he had come home. And so Sister Minnie asked us if we could go and greet them. And so we did go down, and the pastor went and prayed for the Ward family, and we sang for them, and we did actually have a basket to present to his wife and his family. So that was great.
Oh, that's awesome. Leave it to Miss Minnie to have someone else who we can bless. We can always count on her for that. That's awesome. So personally, how did it feel for you all, each of you, being involved in this type of ministry? And do you think it's something that you all will do again?
Absolutely. It was a great experience to see some of these members we hadn't seen since March. And some before that, because some of them may have been homebound. And some of them were overwhelmed. They were so emotional, which made us emotional. And they were very eager to share. It's like the woman at the well. They were like, we told one member, we said, don't tell anyone because we want to surprise others. And she said, you mean I can't tell my family? And I said, of course. We said, you can tell your family, but don't tell your church family because we want to we want to surprise them as well. So they were so eager to share. And that just, warmed our hearts.
Awesome. Anyone else?
I just think of our first. Well, all of the visits were special, but Elder Hunter met us. She's in what's it called, the facility that is a
rehab.
I guess they kind of help her during the.
It's a senior living.
We were pulling in, it's a rehab, but it's a home assisted living. Yeah, and we looped in our cars, and as we were coming up, Sister Hunter was out, and she had her wheelchair. And as we started to sing, she started to raise her hand and praise. It was like, this is going to be good here. So it was a wonderful. I just can't. I tell you, my wife and I, we got home, we talked so much. I think she got tired of me talking about it. It was so exciting to see everybody. We practiced to the best of our ability the social distancing and the mask wearing.
Yes.
But it was wonderful. It really wonderful.
Awesome. James, what about you?
Oh, it was a really good experience. I enjoyed seeing most of these people. I enjoyed seeing all of our seniors, and I just enjoyed their expression of excitement when I saw them.
That's great. And Jackie?
One of the experiences, one of the visitors was actually my aunt, my sister Johnson. She is currently in rehab from a surgery. And this was the first time, we had a chance to connect with her and her daughter and her son-in-law. They were so excited. And when we got to the parking lot, they got out of the car first and they were like leading us to the door. And, we had already coordinated with the rehab center, a time and to come visit. And she was so excited. She didn't know anything about it. And she was so excited to see us. And, she just started tearing up. And so the nurses instructed us to go to the side of the building where there was a glass door. And they took her over there and we all lined up to visit her. And behind her, there were a couple nurses standing there with box of tissues. And as we approached the glass, and she was just extending out her hand to us. And it was just so wonderful to see her and just the emotion. And it's just, I'll never forget that moment, just to show her how much we loved her and missed her. And, just that was just, just a wonderful, wonderful experience for us.
Awesome. It sounds like it was a great experience all around. So this is something you guys, I hear you say you plan to do it again. How often do you think you'll be able to do this?
Well, we did speak a little bit about this before we separated on Sunday afternoon. And I think definitely in a couple weeks, we do have a couple of church members that aren't necessarily seniors, but they live a little farther out in other counties. And, we thought about maybe visiting them as well and just continue on. I actually received a call last night. There was a conversation with the local Chester County Food Bank, and they heard about our Sunshine Ministry, and they were excited about it. And they expressed that they actually have boxes of Sunshine of non-perishable food items.
Wow. Okay.
We're offering us that if we were interested, we could come and pick up some of their boxes of Sunshine of non-perishable food and also prepared frozen meals. And if we wanted to actually take those boxes throughout the community, if we had other families in our community in Chester County that were in need, that they would love to partner with us and supply us the food and the boxes.
Wow.
To do that.
That's awesome.
So we have a ministry that's going to be growing in this county.
That's what we find. Once you start, God always finds a way to provide and make it larger and see, because you all had the willing spirits, he's coming behind you and making the provision. This is awesome. It's great.
Absolutely.
We really love to hear these kinds of stories about what our churches are doing. And so we appreciate you guys going on and sharing. And we wish you much success with your Sunshine Ministry. And we hope others who are watching this will start your own version of this ministry, because we see how impactful it truly is. And so thank you all. We appreciate you being here and sharing today.
Thank you.
All right. All right. And please stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break.
Today, I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Lauren. This is my brother Jacob here, and we're happy to have our guest, Christian, from Metro SDA in Maryland with us. Hey, Christian.
What's up?
So we're from Community SDA Church in Englewood, New Jersey, and we've taken our opportunity with AEC as correspondents to get in touch with the youth from around the conference. And these are, this is one of our youth that we've gotten in contact with, Christian R. And we're going to be talking to a bunch of youth from around the conference, just getting to know everyone and then having events that will bring us all together. So, Christian, do you want to tell the audience some things about yourself?
Okay. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Christian Regis, and I'm going to the 9th grade. I like playing basketball. and playing on my PS4 with my friends. And I like to cook and bake with my dad. That's it.
Awesome.
That's good, man. That's good. So you say you go to Metropolitan in what state?
Maryland.
Maryland, nice. So what are some things you do in your church? How do you help out in your church when you go?
So me and my cousins were part of this group called Man Up, and once there's events in the church for like everyone in the church, we set up the multi-purpose room for like if we're having lunches or anything. Sometimes where we do like plays and stuff for the church, and that's about it. And sometimes I help with the cameras, but
Nice.
that's very, very little.
Awesome. So what are some things you've been doing so far this summer?
Sleeping, eating, playing video games, and doing some schoolwork.
Relatable.
Do you have any like hobbies or anything like that? Like
Not really. All my
or-
hobbies I can't really do because I can't go anywhere.
I understand.
So I know during this pandemic, like you just said, it's been affecting us a lot. We can't go places. We can't do a lot of things that we planned for the summer. So what are some things you've been doing at home, like to cope with it? How has it affected you personally? Like, what are some things that really get you a little bit upset about it? Or what are some positive things that came out of it?
Oh, well, what gets me upset is that I can't see my friends. Well, I can't see them, but I can see my cousins. We sneak out sometimes. My dad. And what I do, I play with my baby brother and my sisters. Don't really do much except sit in my room and play on my computer or go downstairs to play on the PS4. That's basically my life during this quarantine.
So are you interested in participating in events for like youth around the conference? So like youth panels and doing special stuff for AEC today?
Okay. I don't have anything else to do. I'll be very interested.
So, like, what are some other events besides the panels and like having an art show? What are some events that you think you would be interested in?
I don't really know. Like, if we weren't in quarantine, like maybe like go out, feed homeless people, or like go to the park or something like that.
See. So you like to give back to the community. That's good. So Jake and I are actually thinking about hosting like an art showcase where a bunch of youth from around the conference can just, submit art or like art in many forms. So you could be music, it could be paintings, drawing, dancing, whatever you think, whatever you want, to be honest. Do you think you'd be interested in that?
Maybe.
Well, thank you, Christian, so much for this interview. We're glad that we got to get to know you. If any youth from around the conference that are seeing this would like to be interviewed and chat with me and Jake, please feel free to email our director, Latasha Hewitt at lhewitt@aecsda.com. And we'll be back after the commercial break. Thank you.
Thanks to your fervent prayers, Pine Forge Academy is strong, and the faculty and staff remain COVID-19 free. We are looking forward to an exciting future providing excellence in Christian education to students.
The PFA spirit doesn't live on campus.
It lives within us.
No matter where we are connected. No matter where we are learning.
No matter where we are excelling.
And no matter where we are together.
As we look towards the future, Pine Forge's health and safety are.
We are prepared for action.
Our academics are prepared for achievement.
Our finances are prepared for affordability.
And we are prepared for acceleration.
Join us now as the legacy lives on.
We are Pine Forge Academy Strong.
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 We are Pine Forge Academy Strong. Join us now as the legacy lives on.
We are Pine Forge Strong. God is on our side. Our alumni are on our side. We will remain open for you and for generations to come. If we ever needed the Lord before, we need Him right now. We solicit your prayers for the Academy as we pray for you and your family. Thank you, and we are asking you to please, please stay safe.
Okay, everyone, that wraps it up for tonight's episode. Thank you for staying tuned and listening to all of our wonderful guests. We'd like to thank them for being a part. Special shout out to our youth correspondents, Lauren and Jake. Thank you for introducing us to Christian. And as they said, if you have young people out there who want to chat with our youth correspondents, Lauren and Jake, reach out to me. Email me at lhewitt@aecsda.com. Let me know if you're a young person and give me their contact information so we can reach out to them as well. As always, we thank you for tuning in. Remember, the more you watch, the more you know. We'll see you next time. Take care.